Let me clear up this news you're seeing on the timeline. The British state has accused me of a crime. They said 15 years ago I did something I wasn't supposed to do and I'm a criminal. But they won't tell me who against. They won't tell me where it happened. They won't tell me when it happened. They just said 15 years ago you did a crime. And I said, okay, against who? We're not telling you in case you tweet it. Why would I tweet it? What are you talking about? Tell me who I committed this crime against so I can defend myself. Nope. We're not going to let you defend yourself. You're accused of a crime. You're charged with a crime. We won't tell you who against.
Okay, just watch this. Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested by the U.S. Marshal Service in Miami. These disgusting sex criminals got taken into custody outside a Miami event space where Andrew was set to co-host a bare-knuckle boxing match, and now they await extradition to the United Kingdom to face serious new crime charges.
Today wasn't about controversy. Today was about just enforcing Mr. Tate's, Andrew and Tristan Tate's rights and objecting to the extradition process. We are, of course, objecting to extradition because Andrew and Tristan are innocent. They've never done nothing wrong. They shouldn't be extradited for crimes they did not commit.
Saturday, July 18th, 2026. U.S. Marshals arrested Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan in Miami. No warning, no buildup, just handcuffs and headlines. The internet lost its mind within hours. The two were reportedly on their way to a bare-knuckle boxing event, the kind of underground combat sport they've spent years promoting and funding.
Mr. Tate, would you mind signing?
Hey, Tate.
Come back. Oh, shit. Come over here by me. Let's go.
Tristan, anything to say?
The UK's Crown Prosecution Service added 7 further counts of rape against Andrew Tate, along with counts of arranging trafficking for sexual exploitation, assault, bringing the total alleged victims to 7. Tristan faces additional charges of sexual assault and rape too.
But here's the thing. This arrest didn't come out of nowhere. It's the latest move in a story that's been building across 3 countries, dozens of charges, and over a decade of chaos. Today we're laying out the whole picture, who these two actually are, how they built their empire, why they're sitting in custody right now, and what's coming next for them. Let's go back to the beginning. Andrew Tate was born in the US but grew up in the UK. And before any of the controversy, he was legitimately elite at something. 4-time world champion kickboxer. That's not nothing. Then came the pivot into television. In 2016, he appeared on the UK version of Big Brother. It lasted about 5 minutes. A video surfaced showing him hitting a woman with a belt. He claimed it was consensual and filmed for content, but it didn't matter. He was pulled from the show almost immediately.
And I'm like, so you are accusing me of a crime. You've issued a warrant. You won't tell me who the crime was committed against, if they even exist, because they don't. These are made-up victims, completely made up. They have people hiding behind anonymity and just attacking me, demanding millions of euros, millions of dollars for things that happened in 2009. Nobody's telling me what these things are. Nobody's telling me who these people are. Nobody's telling me when they happened, where they happened, nothing. And they're saying if I go to jail, they'll tell me, but I have to fly to England and put myself in jail.
Most people would have gone quiet after that. Andrew Tate did the opposite. He leaned in, hard. He and Tristan, also a former kickboxer, built a brand from the ground up centered on wealth, masculinity, and what they called self-improvement.
Yeah, I think you need to be brave. There's no risk without reward. You need to be prepared to fail. You need to be prepared for people to laugh at you and say bad things about you. Glory is always going to lie on the other side of risk. So if you're...
Their big product was an online course called Hustlers University, later renamed The Real World. It promised to teach young men how to make money, crypto trading, e-commerce, the works. But buried in the curriculum was something a lot darker, actual techniques for manipulating and controlling women in relationships. That wasn't a side note. That was part of the pitch. Andrew became the loudest voice in what people call the manosphere, a corner of the internet that treats aggressive dominance as a lifestyle and often frames women as things to be controlled rather than people to be respected. He didn't shy away from that label at all. He called himself a misogynist on multiple occasions. He told his audience that women who get assaulted bear some of the responsibility.
These are two of the worst people on the planet, proudly violently misogynistic influencers in the manosphere who built massive audiences of young men by preaching brazen chauvinism, teaching courses on how to exploit and pimp women into making pornography, and bragging about manipulating girlfriends for profit. They pushed extremist ideas that women shouldn't have rights or vote, lording fake wealth and power over them, while tying it all to economic anger.
He described women as, in his own words, partly a man's property. And he packaged all of that inside a fantasy: fast cars, cigars, private jets. The message was simple. This worldview isn't just okay, it's what winning looks like. For a huge chunk of young men online, that message hit hard. By 2022, Andrew Tate wasn't just internet famous. He was one of the most Googled people on the entire planet. More searched than some world leaders. More searched than most celebrities. The reach was staggering, and it was only going to get more complicated from there. His clips were being stitched together and reposted by fans across every platform, pulling in billions of views. At the same time, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook all banned him outright for hate speech and content that violated their policies on inciting violence against women.
Do you feel like people behind closed doors support your ideology, but then publicly...
Wait. Closed doors? I've never had a negative interaction with anyone in person ever. Everybody loves me. Closed doors, open doors, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, men, women, old, young, it doesn't matter. Everybody agrees with me from Kazakhstan all the way here to California. I've never had anyone say anything negative to me ever.
I guess the whole Guy Fieri situation is what I was asking.
Why did he put out?
Pretty much. I mean, that's pretty
Bitch
much...
are gonna do bitch. I don't know why.
And I know you're wondering, how come when Britain, as it collapses, it doesn't give a fuck about grooming gangs, doesn't give a fuck about the stabbings, doesn't care about the drugs on the street, doesn't care about any of the real crime, how come they keep talking about Andrew Tate? That's because I highlight the problems with the country. They don't want to fix the problems, they want to get rid of me for talking about the problems.
As a human rights violation. So anytime you keep somebody in solitary confinement, what you're doing is you're keeping them there to break their spirit, to break their soul, and to break the psychology of the mind. It is an egregious misuse of the judicial system. And by the way, Andrew and Tristan have not been convicted of any crime. The Fifth Amendment of the United States protects them. It's not the standard of cruel, unusual punishment that the Eighth Amendment gives. It is the Fifth Amendment person. No innocent person can be punished while they're being held for any proceeding. Innocent and proven.
Getting banned didn't slow him down at all. It actually made things worse because it fed exactly the story his audience wanted to hear, that he was being silenced for telling the truth. But here's where the story takes a turn. While his online following kept growing, a much darker legal situation was building behind the scenes, and it starts in Romania. In December of 2022, anti-organized crime prosecutors in Bucharest raided a property connected to the brothers and detained both Andrew and Tristan Tate, along with 2 Romanian women who were part of their operation. The charges were not minor: human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized criminal group to exploit women. Prosecutors alleged the brothers ran an adult content business where women were coerced into producing pornography, partly through what's known as a lover boy scheme. That's where a man builds a romantic relationship with a woman specifically to manipulate her, isolate her, and then financially and sexually exploit her. It's calculated, it's deliberate, and prosecutors said that's exactly what was happening.
We live in a democratic society where it's innocent until proven guilty, and I think my brother and I are largely misunderstood. There's a lot of opinions about us, a lot of things that go around about us on the internet. We've yet to be convicted of any crime in our lives ever.
Back up. Back up.
Their initial reaction was, what's going on? We've been in the United States, hanging out on multiple trips for a very long time. We haven't been accused of anything of substance here. We're American citizens. We operate freely. We operate as law-abiding people. We went to see our Congress people in DC, and now we're getting arrested. This feels political, and of course they didn't like it. No innocent man likes getting taken to jail. It's a horrible situation, but we're going to do everything that...
After their arrest, the brothers spent the first stretch in police custody, then moved to house arrest, and eventually had their conditions loosened down to regular check-ins. The whole time, Andrew Tate was publicly insisting the case was completely fabricated, that there was zero real evidence, and that he was the target of a coordinated conspiracy designed to take him down because of his influence and his views. In June of 2024, Romanian prosecutors formally indicted all 4 suspects. 10 months later, in April of 2026, a Romanian court lifted the last of the preventive judicial controls against Andrew and Tristan while the investigation continued. Their team celebrated it. Andrew posted online that he was, in his own words, free for the first time in 3 years. But here's the part they left out. That same court ruling made one thing crystal clear. Once the Romanian proceedings wrap up, both brothers are still required to be extradited to the United Kingdom, where a separate case has been building against them. And in some ways, that UK case might be even more serious. It actually predates the Romanian arrest entirely.
Let's see how this all plays out, but I have a strong suspicion that the Florida, if I had to predict the future, which I'm pretty good at, because I was saying I was going to get arrested. I don't know if you saw my old podcast. I kept saying they're going to arrest me. You have 3 lives. I kept saying they're going to arrest me before they arrested me. Here's what I think is going to happen in Florida.
Not a single solitary person has been identified. These are ghosts and these are phantoms. So we'd like to know who's accused Andrew and Tristan of what. And if we get there, then I can give you a reasonable-minded and intelligent comment about the potential allegations that come from these ladies.
So I'm traveling the world completely free. No country respects England anymore. Nobody's sending me to them. I'm living as a free man. They keep putting on the BBC that they want to get hold of me. And I'm saying, tell me who my accuser is and I'll come talk to you. And they're like, no, because they've completely made it up. They've made it up to slander me in the media over and over and over again. Their intention is to just lie about me, lie about charges, lie about victims, lie, so that I don't support Rupert or I don't support Farah.
Back in 2019, 4 women accused Andrew Tate of sexual and physical assault, but the Crown Prosecution Service at the time declined to press charges. The women didn't walk away. They crowdfunded a civil case against him instead, keeping those allegations alive while prosecutors stayed quiet. Then in May of 2025, British prosecutors formally authorized criminal charges, 21 counts involving 3 women, including multiple counts of rape, actual bodily harm, and human trafficking. Both brothers denied everything. Then came the weekend that changed everything. On July 18, 2026, the exact same day the brothers got arrested in Miami, the UK's Crown Prosecution Service dropped a second wave of charges, and this one was bigger. 4 more alleged victims came forward, covering a stretch of time running from 2010 all the way through 2017 in a region of eastern England just north of London. When you stack it all up, Andrew Tate is now looking at roughly 42 separate charges in the UK alone. That breaks down to 7 additional counts of rape, 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation, 3 counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and a string of other alleged offenses on top of that.
So why do I get to travel the world so freely? Why have I been to 25 countries this year? Because when I land in Hong Kong and the British government call the authorities and say, we need Andrew Tate, we have a warrant, the authorities say, well, what's the warrant for? And who's it against? And the British state says, we don't want to tell you who the victims are. The victims don't exist, so no country will extradite.
I believe that my clients have support from every person who's a reasonably minded person, whether they're in the United States or abroad, elected or not elected. Everybody knows that Andrew and Tristan Tate are innocent.
Tristan is carrying 17 charges of his own, including 1 count of sexual assault, 2 counts of rape, and 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking. British authorities now say the total number of alleged victims in the UK case has climbed to 7 women. 7. So how exactly did US Marshals end up grabbing them in Miami? Both brothers hold dual US and UK citizenship, and they'd been living mostly in Florida in the months leading up to this. That Saturday evening, as they were reportedly on their way to a bare-knuckle boxing event, marshals moved in and took them into custody under a sealed extradition warrant tied directly to those new UK charges. By Monday morning, they were standing in a federal courtroom, handcuffed and shackled. Their legal team made it clear right away they're planning to fight the extradition request hard, and they asked the court to release the brothers while everything plays out. A follow-up hearing got scheduled for the following Monday, But here's where it gets complicated. There are actually 3 separate legal tracks running at the same time right now. Think of them as 3 doors the brothers have to get through, one after another. The first door is the US extradition process itself. An American court has to decide whether to hand them over to the UK, and that process can crawl for years if the defense appeals every single step, which they've already said they plan to do. The second door is Romania. The criminal case against them there is still active and unresolved, even though the toughest restrictions have been lifted. Here's the twist nobody saw coming. The Romanian court has already ruled that any extradition to Britain can only happen once their Romanian case wraps up completely. So even if a US judge eventually signs off on sending them to the UK, Romania legally gets first claim. The third door is the actual UK trial, if it ever gets there. With dozens of charges and 7 alleged victims, this would rank among the largest and most closely watched sexual offense prosecutions in modern British legal history. That's not an exaggeration. 3 doors, 3 separate legal systems, and right now, not a single one of them has been walked through yet. Through every twist of this story, from Romania to the UK and now Miami, Andrew and Tristan Tate have held firm. They didn't flinch. Their attorneys have called these cases politically and ideologically driven, and they've accused parts of the press of pushing false narratives that could poison any future jury before a single verdict is read. And here's the thing that keeps this story moving. The audience never left. Millions of people still see Andrew Tate as a man being hunted for what he believes, not as someone facing serious, credible criminal allegations. That framing has stuck no matter what prosecutors put on the table. But this is no comment section war. This isn't a viral clip that disappears in 48 hours. What's actually happening right now is an empire built on provocation, extreme displays of wealth, and a worldview that treated women as objects of control, being stress-tested inside real courtrooms across 3 separate countries. And if those charges are ever proven, the consequences won't be counted in followers or views. They'll be counted in years. Here's what you need to walk away knowing. Everything covered in this video is still, legally, a set of allegations. No court has delivered a final verdict. Both brothers deny every single charge against them. That's the story as it stands right now, and it's far from over. Drop your thoughts in the comments because this one has people on both sides. Like and subscribe if you want to be here when the next chapter breaks. See you in the next one.